Hi, Jennifer. I downloaded your worksheet that you submitted for your project. And if you take a look at the sheet when you download it, excuse me, on the first page, and this is what I showed you in the video. I'll go back over, I'm not all the way over. On the first page, it'll show you what your grade was and where the points were deducted. So you had 48 cells with comments on the questions page, and then you had one deduction because you didn't put data labels on the graph. So if we go to the questions, and you specifically asked me about the frequencies, and when I look at what you put in, so you're supposed to put in here from the data page how many players had played one game. And so you were supposed to count the frequencies there. And so you would use a Countif command, but then you want to set it up. If you look here, what they're telling you to do, they want it to be set to Countif and then go on the data tab. And you did put that in. Notice the $ in front of the A and in front of the 2 and then in front of the A and in front of the 211, and that's what we call making it a fixed cell reference. And if you do that, if you drag that formula then to the next cell, it'll save those cell references so you don't have to keep typing them in again. You will have to change what you want to count because in each case here you're going to count a different number of games played. But then you want to count up the number of games played in the first cell, how many players played one game. When I look at your formula, I don't know what you're counting here. It doesn't make any sense to me. It says Countif, and this is on the data tab, the cells with the games played, but then I don't know what this is saying here. It's saying Countif, and then just gives a bunch of cells, but it doesn't say what to count, what's in them. So if you want to use a Countif function, you have to go equal, and I'm going to go to Countif. And for instance, if I wanted to count, I'm just going to pick something. I'm not going to do the one that's in this particular activity. But if I wanted to count those cells there, so I went B8 to B9, 29, let's say, how many of those have the number 4 in them? Okay, so that's a simple thing I did there. So I told it, I want you to count out of those cells, how many of these cells right here have the number 4? Now what you want to do, and that's what they're telling you here, when you click on here, is you want to direct it to count the cells from the data page, which you did do correctly, but then you want to count how many of those, and they're saying they want you to put in the designation here for this tab, which is the questions tab, and cell B8, which is right here, okay, which is the number 1, okay, and then the same thing for the next cell. So again, and when I look at your formulas, I'm not understanding what the formula is that you put in up here. I just don't understand what that Countif formula is because I don't see it. If you go back to my cell here where I did a Countif, you see after I identify the cells, then I say Countif what? Countif among those cells, there's the number 4. And I don't see in your command that you've told Excel what to count up. So I'm not really understanding what you did there. It looks like you might have gotten the right answers, but I'm not even sure how you did that because it's not the right formula. So that's what it's telling you. And then it's probably highlighted here. You don't have the data labels on there, which is told you. And it's probably highlighting the same thing here because you had the same error here. And again, once you get that fixed up here, excuse me, you can actually just copy those cells down here because they're going to be the same thing. Actually, both of these columns will be the same as from the table above. So I hope this helps. I'm not really sure if you didn't see where the feedback is provided, but if you go to this, download the sheet, go back and get the sheet after it's been graded, go to the gradebook option like I showed you in the video, download the file that you submitted, and then go to each cell with a little red marker on it there, and it'll tell you exactly what to put in there to fix it. So I hope that this helps.